Hi everyone. For more than 3 decades, Johnny Carson was more than a television host. He was America's nightly ritual. When the lights went off across the country, millions turned on The Tonight Show, trusting one man behind one desk to gently guide them into sleep. His voice was calm, his smile reassuring, his timing flawless. But beneath that effortless charm lived a meticulous professional who ruled his television kingdom with invisible authority. Johnny Carson didn't believe in chaos. He believed in control disguised as comfort. Every pause, every laugh, every camera cut had intention. Guests were welcome to be funny, bold, even provocative, but only if they followed the unspoken rules. Be entertaining, be charming, and never forget whose show you're on. Most celebrities understood those rules instinctively. A few didn't, and when they crossed the line live, unscripted, and in front of millions, something extraordinary happened. Not manufactured drama, not planned controversy. Real television cracked open. Secrets slipped. Guards dropped. Truths escaped that were never meant to be heard. These are the moments when Johnny Carson, the calmest man on television, was forced to confront the unexpected, when guests revealed more than they intended, and history was made not by design, but by human unpredictability. Stay with us, because what leaked on that couch shocked America and changed late-night television forever. The first crack came in 1987, when Madonna walked onto the stage of The Tonight Show. She wasn't yet the global icon she would become, but she was already notorious.
What would you
What am I wearing?
Yeah, if I went into a lingerie shop and I wanted to buy one of those for somebody. Now, come on, not for me, but for somebody.
They'd probably...
What would I call it?
It's called a bustier.
A bustier?
Mm-hmm.
She arrived wearing black lace, fishnet stockings, and lingerie-inspired attire that instantly froze the studio. This was not a late-night outfit. This was a declaration. From the moment she sat beside Johnny Carson, the balance of power shifted. She flirted aggressively, made sexually explicit comments, and pushed boundaries that network television in the 1980s rarely even approached. When Carson attempted his trademark subtle innuendo, Madonna responded with blunt provocation, forcing the host into unfamiliar territory. The audience didn't know where to look. Younger viewers were thrilled. Older viewers were stunned. Behind the scenes, producers hovered over the delay button, fearing what might come next. Carson laughed, but his poker face cracked more than once. He was no longer steering the conversation. He was trying to contain it. What viewers never saw were the commercial breaks, where Carson expressed clear annoyance. Not rage, not humiliation. Annoyance that a guest had deliberately hijacked the tone of his show. Madonna never returned. Despite her massive success in the years that followed, she became one of the very few stars quietly barred from The Tonight Show. Not for saying too little, but for saying too much. If Madonna challenged the rules from outside the family, Don Rickles shattered them from within. Rickles wasn't just a guest, he was trusted. His insults were expected, his chaos was welcomed. Their friendship was legendary until 1976. Don Rickles crossed an invisible line during one of The Tonight Show's most shocking moments. In an earlier taping, he sat in Johnny Carson's chair and accidentally broke Carson's treasured cigarette box, a personal gift from NBC. The following night, Carson mentioned it jokingly on air, expecting a laugh. Instead, without warning, Rickles burst onto the set uninvited. Dressed in full Navy uniform from CPO Sharkey, cameras rolled as he grabbed the desk, shouted across the stage, and unleashed nonstop insults. At first, the audience roared, assuming it was comedy. Then the tone shifted. This wasn't playful ribbing anymore. Control slipped, structure vanished, and for a rare moment, Carson was forced to fight for command of his own show. Carson laughed, but control was gone. Backstage, staff sensed real anger, not because of the jokes, but because the structure. Oliver Reed obliterated the line in 1975. delivering one of the most uncomfortable moments in The Tonight Show history. From the instant he stepped onto the stage at NBC's Burbank studios, something felt wrong. His walk was unsteady, his eyes unfocused, and crew members immediately sensed trouble. The smell of alcohol reportedly lingered in the air, signaling that this interview was already beyond control before a single question was asked. Johnny Carson, ever the consummate professional, attempted to steer the conversation toward promotion of Royal Flash, offering clear openings and gentle prompts. Reed ignored them. He slurred his words, interrupted constantly, and swung unpredictably between forced charm and sudden aggression. What began as nervous laughter quickly dissolved into uneasy silence. The audience wasn't watching a movie star anymore. They were witnessing a man unravel in real time. Truman Capote arrived on The Tonight Show in 1980, carrying both literary brilliance and visible decline. The celebrated author of *In Cold Blood and Breakfast at Tiffany's sat beside Johnny Carson, slurring words, losing thoughts mid-sentence, and drifting into strange tangents about politics and sexuality. Carson, a host who genuinely admired writers, tried patiently to guide him back toward clarity, offering gentle prompts and soft redirections. The moment never arrived. Brief flashes of Capote's legendary wit surfaced, only to fade again, painfully reminding viewers of what had once been there. The audience watched in uneasy sympathy as genius unraveled in real time. Carson never mocked him, never scolded him, and never explained his decision. He simply didn't invite him back. It wasn't rejection. It was mercy. Shelley Winters was a force of nature on The Tonight Show, famously unpredictable and impossible to fully contain. But even Johnny Carson wasn't ready for what unfolded that night. What began as energetic banter suddenly ignited when a comment from another guest struck a nerve that had clearly been exposed for years. Winters rose from her seat, her voice climbing, fingers pointing as decades of resentment spilled out. She railed against Hollywood, the cruelty toward aging actresses and betrayals she had carried quietly. The studio fell into stunned silence. For once, Carson's irritation was visible. Papers shuffled, eyes darted toward Ed McMahon, patience. Wearing thin. With no other option, Carson hit the ultimate stop button, commercial break. When cameras returned, the storm had settled, but the tension lingered. Backstage, Carson ordered distance, not exile. Winters returned again, because her chaos, though risky, made television unforgettable. Buddy Hackett was one of Johnny Carson's most trusted regulars, a storyteller whose booming laugh and warm presence usually guaranteed an easy night. Audiences expected joy when he walked out. But on one unforgettable evening, something inside him shifted. What began as light humor slowly hardened into frustration. Jokes gave way to grievances. Names were spoken. Old wounds surfaced without warning. The laughter in the studio faded, replaced by uneasy silence. Carson, sensing danger, tried gently steering the conversation back to safer ground, offering exits only a seasoned host could create. Hackett wouldn't take them. The stage had stopped being a comedy platform and become a place of release, almost therapy. Forced to act, Carson cut to commercial early, his concern unmistakable. Backstage, he wasn't angry, he was genuinely worried. Hackett would later return, restored and smiling. But that night lingered, proving even laughter can fracture when pain breaks through. Red Fox delivered the shortest appearance in The Tonight Show. History with a moment that stunned both audience and host. In 1975, expecting to smoke on set, OXX was told the network no longer allowed it. There was no argument, no build-up, and no punchline. He simply stood up and walked off live television. Johnny Carson sat alone at the desk, visibly shocked, realizing this wasn't a bit but a real walkout. The moment became legendary not for drama, but for its suddenness. Authority had been challenged in front of millions. Though FOXX eventually returned, the easy rapport was gone. Something had fractured and both men knew it. Thanks for watching.